Hello, and welcome to Blades and Banners, a Tales of the Valiant actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Mia, what happened last time?
Well, we spent basically the entire time in a tavern. We met the Captain Mayor or Captaineer of Savanyr, Saoirse Blackblade, who has these are the very important things. There was a crow that was all raggedy and spoke and could mimic accents. And the crow's name is something like that. And we created a new cocktail called Oran's Folly, which I would really like to try in real life. White wine over lemon ice. But basically, we all decided. Boy, I'm trying to think of how much action there was. We all decided we were going to go home and sleep on the ship. And while that wasn't happening, we were eating and irritating each other. And Ellie Wise decided she wanted to go back to Apothecary. And against Oren's better judgment, three of us went. Oren stayed back and hobnobbed.
Well, Oren's judgment. I mean,
I haven't tried that drink yet.
Yes, Oren stayed, did not talk to the crow, I realized,
Rude.
sir. But said hello.
It was busy eating a giant slab of meat on the table. I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay, you know what? That is absolutely fair, and I will accept responsibility for that. We also had met, what is his name? Hold on. There was a human musician who was singing the ballad of the wreck of the indomitable Jorge the Black. His name was Gordo Wingboots. I don't know if he shows up again, but we know his name now. At Apothecary, Ellie Wise was trying to get some information about a memory spell and was just asking questions about asking questions, and luckily did not buy anything. So we all left. We all left safe and sound. On the way back, we saw a heavily armored corsair from the Cloud Reaver Principality. Cloud Reavers are ruthless pirates, and their ship is called the Widow's Walk. And then we also saw an ironclad ship being built. I wanted to ask Philip what exactly that was. But there was hanging out in a tavern and eating and drinking and talking to animals and then going home to sleep on the ship. Plus,
it was a good time.
It was a good time.
The answer to what is an ironclad. An ironclad is it's a ship that is plated with iron to strengthen it and armor it. They are pretty rare, and it probably would be odd to see one being built in a relatively small town like Savanyr.
Okay.
So going back to the ship, are we sleeping on the ship or are we setting sail?
Oh.
Sailing at nighttime last time did not work out super well for us, so it might behoove us to take off in the morning, but I'm open to debate.
You mean you're expecting debate?
I strangely am with Oren on this one.
Yep. As the organizer, I say yes. Let's sleep.
On principle, I'd rather debate, but yeah.
All right.
And instead of sleeping, can I watch who's building that ironclad?
Sure. From the traveler's gift, or are you going back ashore?
Can I see from Traveler's Gift?
You can make a perception check.
You know what? I think I would love to become an owl.
I knew it.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
I think that's how I would like to perceive.
Okay. So you become an owl, and you are flying over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you see are a whole lot of Warforged who are hauling large amounts of what look like scrap. And there's the ship looks like it's made entirely of leftover parts. The sails are patched. The spars and the mast and the planks and all look like they are look like somebody's accent wall of reclaimed barnwood.
Wow.
It's all kind of slightly different colors and different levels of fadedness.
Built by restoration hardware.
And the armor plating that they seem to be putting on also looks kind of similarly scrappy.
No flag being
Not at
flown
the
on
moment,
it?
yeah.
Okay. And it's all Warforged that I see
It is all Warforged.
on it? Okay. Interesting. That's it. I'm just flying about.
So you circle around, watch the Warforged work for a while. Give me an insight check.
Nine.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Bunch of Warforged making a ship.
If I'm flying around already,
Mhm.
can I just make sure that that Cloud Reaver ship isn't like... I don't know, that they're not like watching our ship to attack or something?
Sure.
Okay.
You
like to do
can
that.
fly over to the Cloud Reaver's ship. Fly over to the Widow's Walk. Give me a perception check.
I'm so sorry. I'm going to look up my perception as the owl.
I think you have advantage on it.
I think... Okay. It's 20 when perceiving by hearing or sight.
So 20 is your check. You can see that there are definitely some of the crew who are kind of checking out the other ships in harbor. The crew are mostly orcs and dwarves. You can see that the ship is very heavily armed. It's got arcane cannons. But a lot of the crew appear to be ashore in one of the other taverns.
All right. We'll just keep watches.
Okay. After a little bit, you, with your very high perception, you hear a couple of the crew talking quietly down on the deck. They seem to be making a bet as to whether one of them can hit something.
Oh no.
Okay. I'll fly away.
Okay.
But I'm not going directly back to my ship. I'm definitely taking the long way around. I'm not just going to go obviously land on.
Take off and fly away. And you hear disappointed sounds behind you.
That is awful.
My preference. Yes.
They're not nice people. Eventually you return to the ship. Okay. Otherwise, the night passes without incident, and you wake early in the morning.
I'm so sorry. Can I just declare that Oren and I switched off of
You absolutely can.
watch? Okay.
Mhm.
Just so I can. Oren, if you want to go see Avelina, she will absolutely inspect you and see what's causing your memory lapse from like the stuff on the ship. Remember like the handwriting and your handwriting on the ship, and you don't remember doing that? And I said I was going to look into it, and I keep trying, but I'm not finding anything.
Thank you for looking into that. I appreciate it. I thank you. I think I want to examine other options outside of a hag. But I know where she is if I change my mind. She's been here for longer than 150 years. So
that's a very long time. And that's what I figured. I said you probably would not come back, but I wanted you to have the option and just know that someone claimed that they think they could inspect you and let you know what is causing the memory lapse, if it is a memory lapse.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're
Genuine.
welcome.
All right. So, come morning, what are we doing?
Taking off.
Yard.
All right.
Avast ye mateys. Mainsail.
So, you
Finian says
head
no.
back out into Mutiny Harbor and set sail back toward 7th.
Yes.
Excellent.
Without incident.
So your first day, you're cruising through Mutiny Harbor, back towards Far Strait, and about the end of the day, about late afternoon, sun's starting to go. Can I get Elliewise, who acts as lookout, to make a perception check, please?
Yes. $19.
While you're still quite a ways off from it, you see what looks like the floating wreckage of a ship.
Oh. I alert y'all to that.
Are we
There's
taking
a
the
destroyed
same?
ship over there.
Are we taking the same path back that we took out?
Unless you all want to take a substantially different route home.
No vote
I
for
don't
that.
think so. I was just. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's all. I would be assuming we're taking the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
So do you guys think this may be one of those ships that we saw the other night?
Or a ship that fell foul of one of those ships that we saw the other night. Last
That-
night? No, 2 nights ago. Anyway, not. What were you saying? I'm talking.
No, not this time. But I was just wondering. I don't know. I think that's all I was saying, actually. Should we check it out?
I would assume we ought to.
Yeah,
we should.
can.
Okay. Then you shift course just a little bit and sail over towards the wreckage. You can see that this is the wreckage of a ship that has been destroyed. Large portions of it are, there are some substantial chunks of it are still floating and still sort of tangled together with the rigging, but which are still afloat. It looks like the sort of thing you could try to take some salvage from.
Probably ought to.
That would be my
Yeah,
vote.
I think Leshturka would
Very
like that.
appealing.
Yeah. Any kind of colors that we can spot in the wreckage, Philip?
No. All right. So you weigh anchor and you drop anchor and settle here to try and salvage any useful stuff from the wreckage. So whoever is taking the lead in that can make us an investigation check. And you have the assistance of everyone, so you can do it with advantage.
I have a +3 to my investigation.
I have a +6.
Whoa.
If it's looking over wreckage, I feel like that might be my thing here.
Yep.
Finian, I think that sounds great.
Hey, Finian, go look at the wreckage.
That is with the advantage, is a nat 20 for 26.
Nice. Okay.
Well,
I feel that I must reward a nat 20. So you guys spend a little bit of time hauling up some salvage, but very early in doing so, you find something that kind of disrupts the search. So we'll come back to the search, to the salvage operation in a minute, because there appears to be a survivor.
Oh.
There is a woman, looks like a half elf. She looks sunburnt and dehydrated, and is lying unconscious with her. She's got a line wrapped around her arm, attaching her to the makeshift raft that she's floating on among the wreckage.
Sunburnt. So she's been out here for, a bit.
If you laid out all day in the sun, you'd be sunburned.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
this
fair.
isn't like the life-altering kind of sunburn.
She does not. She does not appear to be like it. None of this looks like it's been here for weeks.
Okay.
Honestly, you all have sailed enough. The wreckage is still far too close together and connected to each other to be very old.
Yeah.
What's the distance we were to her?
I assume that you have dropped anchor very close, and
Yeah.
you guys are using the skiff to pick through the wreckage.
I can heal her.
Yes. Well, let's get her on the skiff, and then we can
Yes.
get her squared away.
Finian would call out to her to see if she responds.
She shifts a little bit, but doesn't come to consciousness from just being called.
Okay. We had to row over and pull her in, yeah?
Yeah.
So all of us in the skiff, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Okay,
she's
yep.
in, I'll cast Cure Wounds.
Head over and see if we can get her lifted.
So once Ellie casts Cure Wounds, some of the injuries seem to knit back together, and she gasps and opens these sort of bright goldish eyes, and looks around at you all. She has, obviously she's sunburnt. She has sort of deep brown hair, and looks around you all and says, "Oh, thank the sovereigns."
No, just us.
Glad we found you.
I was worried I'd drifted out of the main sea lane.
Orin produces a water skin and hands it to her.
She
Assuming
takes
that-
and drinks from it carefully, and then swallows it and waits a bit and then drinks some more. Thank you.
Of course. What
The-
happened?
We were attacked. She asks what day it is. You guys tell her in Eberron what day it is. Yesterday morning, I guess, or maybe, yeah, yesterday morning. I went overboard in the fighting, and once I saw them get aboard, they just killed everyone. I stayed in the water until they left, and lashed myself to some wreckage to ride it out.
Did you see the colors of who attacked you?
I saw the ship. It was called the Wild Heart. The captain. He was huge, and I don't know. Maybe this is the sun talking. My memory of it is maybe messed up. I got hit on the head or something. I don't know. I swear he looked like he was a shark.
The,
The captain.
right.
That's
Can I
terrifying.
roll insight?
Sure.
23.
23. She's serious about the shark thing.
She doesn't seem to be trying to deceive us in any way.
No, she's you get the impression that everything she has told you is true. The 23, maybe she's more certain about what she's saying than she's putting on. Maybe she's definitely sure it's aware that the captain was a shark, and that the rest of it was kind of just additional stressing.
And this is Wild Heart was the ship that pulled up behind us.
Yep.
Mhm.
In that, okay.
We had a altercation with Wild Heart ourselves on the way to our destination a couple days back. So
You must have fared better than we did.
we got lucky. Where are you
And
from? Go ahead.
Just as a player,
We-
when we saw Wild Heart, they were they had a flag, but we didn't recognize that, right?
Right.
It wasn't.
It was a howling wolf, right?
No,
It
Helen
was
Wolf was
a
the figurehead.
jaw full of death.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
we were a hunting ship out of Regalport, hunting plesiosaurs and other things in the strait.
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Zyra.
Well, they're headed back to Cinderport if you want a ride.
I don't have a lot of better options.
Yeah.
Any port's better than none.
Yeah. True. Well,
Sorry for your crew.
Yeah.
So the Wildheart didn't make any demands. They just boarded and started the slaughter.
Yeah, it just
Awful.
came up on us and started shooting, disabled our rudder. I mean, as far as I can tell, they took valuables, but took our hull. We had a dragon turtle. We had a drake turtle in tow. But what else? We weren't carrying anything secretive. Like, there was nothing special about our cargo. It was just a hunting ship.
Right.
What was the name of your ship?
The name of our ship was the Laughing Mermaid.
Oh.
Just play your question. I'm so sorry. They were hauling a drake turtle?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so,
I don't understand what this means.
So a drake turtle is one of the aquatic megafauna of the Lazar Principalities. These are, if you imagine an alligator snapping turtle, the size of a 18-wheeler.
They're terrifying. In context.
That
Megafauna
is
is an
terrifying.
incredible word.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I didn't make it up. They are. Well, I'm taking a nature check from anyone whose character would be interested.
Yeah, why not?
Rolled an 8. Rolled so many
Decent.
threes.
on
12.
that.
12.
19.
So, otherwise, you know what I said there. I'm sorry, Sohaina, did you roll?
I did not. I wasn't sure if
Okay.
I needed to.
You don't have to. You can. There's no stakes to the roll, so it's just if you want to.
Fail it and we get
Good, 'cause
attacked
I
by
got
a
a-
drake turtle.
Right.
I got a 5 + 1. I got a 6. So I'm just nodding along.
Yeah, this sounds incredible, Sohaina. Otherwise, you are aware of what I said. It's a big, very, very, very big turtle-like creature. Finian and Orin, a little more. You know that they are different from the sort of mythic dragon turtles, which are the sort of thing that one might accidentally land on, thinking it's an island. But that they
Wow.
are still, huge and very dangerous, but that drake turtle blood has magical properties that are used in alchemy and artifice, and so they're hunted for their meat. They're hunted for like they're a whole lot of different parts of them have uses. There are some people who insist that the shells are enormously useful, but most people find them to be excessively cumbersome to try and make any real use of.
Would this action have been considered hunting, or would this be poaching?
This would be hunting.
Is it okay? This is okay to do. Okay.
Yeah. It's it's a little. It's not generally industrialized in the way that whaling in our world became, and I mean, we don't really in this world have exactly a concept of an endangered species, but you've probably seen drake turtles at a distance, which is probably as close as you want to see a drake turtle unless you're specifically hunting one.
Well, now I know what I want to do next.
Because they
Seriously.
are like alligator snapping turtles in temperament as well.
Oh, so cool. And I'm assuming if the turtle is in tow, it's
dead. Yeah.
dead. Okay.
Yeah, they had successfully hunted.
Did Zyra, did they take the turtle?
Yeah, they hauled it away.
Oh.
Well, I hope it's not offensive to you that we're picking apart out here.
It's just gonna sink. It's it's legitimate salvage at this point. I'm lucky to get a ride home.
Fare feels tasteless when someone of this event.
I understand. We have salvaged before. I understand the awkwardness of coming upon a survivor when you are. I get it.
Well, we're glad to have found one, though.
Take what you can. Otherwise, it's just going to the bottom.
Let's get you up for some rest. Get you inside. Eat when you can.
Thank you.
Don't get there in too much of a hurry. But once you're able.
Some sleep out of the sun would be really great.
Of course. Yes.
Would our med bay be a good place? Is that the kind of thing where someone
You have
can
a bed.
rest up?
Yeah, there's a bed in the med bay, so sure.
Okay.
You guys almost certainly also have just some extra hammocks stuffed somewhere in case you need to string one up. You're very capable of accommodating a guest. But yeah, the med bay has a bed and a door, so it's possible to give her some privacy if that's what you want.
Yeah, Sohina would like to walk her there where she can stay until she's feeling better and we can like monitor her, check on her.
Okay. So yeah, she lays down, drinks some more water, lays down, and closes her eyes and seems to relax.
Finian will leave some tack in the room so she can eat once she's got some strength. But as I come out and shut the door behind, I don't want to be indelicate in a moment like this, but I don't think all of us should be off the ship if we have a stranger aboard.
No, we should definitely watch her.
I'm
That's a good point.
I'm all right with whoever. I don't intend to be trying to get out of finishing this work here, but one of us at least should stay close by to the bay.
I can watch over her. I have some skills in case something happens to her.
Fine by me. We'll return to the working quickly then.
Okay.
So it takes probably the rest of the daylight hours, but you are able to salvage this ship. So choices that you made have effect here. Normally, I would just give you so we're going to use salvage is going to be an abstract concept that we're going to use to allow you to buy upgrades for your ship. And so normally I just let you take a salvage. However, you guys got a crane as one of the upgrades on your vessel. And so it's a lot easier to get access to the salvage and haul the salvage in and all of that stuff. So that lets you get an additional salvage out of your out of this operation. And then in addition, Finian rolled a natural 20. One thing I will just point out right here, the Tales of the Valiant Player's Guide includes a bunch of magic items, and one thing it includes is the price of a magic item.
Hey.
And if you haven't been running 5th edition, you don't know how nice it is to just know what something costs when it's for sale in a shop.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you find a barrel of harpoons, unsurprisingly.
Hey, okay.
But being a practitioner of artifice, you recognize that one of them is very clearly magical.
Okay.
It looks initially like just a spare shaft for a harpoon, but you can see runes on it that indicate to you that it's actually magical. And because given the amount of time that you guys have right now, it's you would be able to figure it out. What you have found is a javelin of lightning.
Ooh.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh.
This javelin is a magical weapon. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends from you to the target, to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 Dex save, taking 4d6 lightning damage on a failed save, and half as much on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 4d6 lightning damage.
Wow.
Dang.
So we can also say, not just because of the time we have, with Eyes of the Maker, as soon as I touched it, I am attuned to that item and fully understand how it works.
Forgot how that part worked. That's great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Then yes, as soon as you pick it up, you immediately see the function of it, realize that by activating the runes, a blade of lightning appears on it that can be thrown.
That is
Sweet.
That is outstanding. I will, as we return to sailing, is what I'm going to say. I start sorting through, find it, and I will inform the others of what I found.
Excellent. Okay. So you all head off again. And are able to stow your salvage in the cargo bay, and then start heading off towards 7th again. What you guys said you didn't want, that you wanted to keep an eye on her. What arrangements are you making with regard to Zyra?
Arrangements
Is she
like
confined
accommodations
somewhere? Is one of you gonna sort of stay with her all the time? Like you said you were going to keep an eye on her. I'm just wondering, what does that look like?
Like a
My
rotating
thought in
watch?
having someone stay was just to make sure that she did not wander
Steal the ship.
and take our ship from us. We are pirates.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm good with her having, like, Oren's not super worried about keeping an eye on her the whole time we're sailing.
Well, yeah, once we're back on the ship, Finian doesn't have any like desire for us to keep her door patrolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Ellie is there. I mean, she's not like standing outside the door, but she's around the corner. I guess
Okay.
I'm not. I have to watch for the ship.
I was about to
too.
say, somebody's eventually gonna be like, Ellie, do you want to head up to
Right.
Crow's Nest to do your job, please? Orange just sailing blind at the helm, like,
She's like, well, as soon as you get down here. Oh, Sam can stay downstairs.
Okay. So you put Sam on watch.
I do.
Okay. So
Isn't he made of fire?
A little fire elemental
Yeah.
appears and just keeps an eye in the hallway. So the sun is going down, and you all presumably start going through your rotations of watches, unless you aren't sleeping for some reason. And otherwise, do you sleep as a gnome, or do you trance for a few hours, or?
I think I sleep.
Okay. All right. Then I said trance. 1,
Yeah.
2, 4. Finian,
Sir.
it's your watch.
Okay.
And I would like you to make a perception check.
Uh-oh. Finian is a little bit distracted by having found the javelin, and so I rolled a 9.
Okay. You become suddenly aware that the movement of the ship has changed. Like, even as you are distracted and looking at your thing, you suddenly become very aware that the movement of the ship has altered. And looking about you, I would say you can probably tell, being a mechanical mind, you can tell that the direction of the ship is kind of listing just with the current now.
As in, our sails are no longer.
No, as in nothing appears to be steering anymore.
Okay, then I will turn my attention. If I'm watching, am I in the crow's nest for this?
I don't know. Where do you take your watches? I assume the main function of the watch is just to keep the ship on course, or keep the ship from running into something.
Right. So then I'm up front. I will turn and quickly but not panically head back to see if we are listing as opposed to like veering. Go back and.
So the wheel is still secured to keep it on course. But in spite of that, the ship appears to be drifting, which would indicate to you
My rudder.
that something's wrong with the rudder.
Yeah, so I will head to the back, and this is nighttime, and on the back, so I'll give a tap to my eyepiece with night vision and see if there's anything visible in the water.
As you head towards the back, as you head back from the helm, you turn on your night vision, you spot a figure haul itself back up over the railing onto the aft castle, and it is Zyra.
Curse you, Philip!
What's my distance from her?
From the helm, not far. You're probably 20 feet or so from her, and she stands up and shakes the water out of her hair. and turns around and sees you.
Ah,
Well,
my sentiments exactly, lass. And what'll this be then?
well, it won't
Aye.
be any worse to do it now,
Oh no.
will it? And she starts to change. You see hair start to run along her arms, and her shoulders widen, and her legs, there's this snapping sound as her legs kind of shift shapes, and her hands crack as fur runs across them and widen, and enormous claws form on the end of it. And in a few terrible moments of standing there, you are face to face with a humanoid tiger. Roll initiative. And that's where we're going to call this episode. Sorry for the weird break. This session went on for quite a long time with the combat starting, and I didn't quite cut it in the right place. So we just went ahead and went through it, and I'm cutting it now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to get in touch with us or see any of the other things that these wonderful people do, you can find all of their links in the description down below, along with links to our Discord. You can also always, of course, get in touch with us in comments down below, which we greatly appreciate. New episodes of Blades and Banners drop on Mondays. New episodes of the Ship's Log drop on Fridays only on our YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for rolling with us.